Wow, imagine being able to see me. Hello. Uh, I figured I'd do a little bit of an introduction to this video. See that stupid person over there? That was me. A year ago, I started the Wii Series Retrospective, and I never really, didn't get past part 1, so I figured, why not try to replicate what I did by making a part 2 of this series, but we're just covering that game again, but this time, it's on Wii Sports Club. So, let's dive into the retrospective of why this game didn't do well, specifically. Like, this game didn't do well. So, let's dive in. Where at? Alright, I'm gonna stop flexing now. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. It may have been a while since my last actual video, not regarding the update video I posted, but today we're going to be taking a look at Wii Sports Club, the most forgotten about title in the Wii Sports series. I wonder why. Well, it's time to find out. Let's jump straight in, shall we? First, we need to talk about the game, but first, we also need to own it. First, this should be no problem. Oh my goodness! I know Wii U games can be expensive, but this is nuts! Well, I promised you guys a Wii Sports Club video, and you're gonna get one! Alright, after spending a lot of money and proudly being broke for life, I finally own the game. If you're wondering why I bought the physical version, it's because of how this game was handled. The game would be free digitally, but then, that's when you realize something. When you boot up the game for the first time upon playing it digitally, it will give you 24 hours to experience the game. After that, you either spend $2.99 for another 24 hours, or, get this, pay $9.99 to buy iSport individually. So say if you just want to play bowling, you can do that. At launch, the game only had tennis, bowling, and golf, which is something Switch Sports doesn't have at launch for some reason. Eventually, boxing and baseball were added, so when everything is added up, it's $40, which isn't bad. Thing is, now that's impossible to do, so I had to buy a physical version which had all the sports in one disc, and no passes or anything. Anyway, now that I've got that out of the way, let's get into the game itself. The first thing that you probably realize is that it's not a new game. Oh no. This is a HD remake of the original Wii Sports, which is weird considering you could already play the original game on the Wii U anyway, but whatever. Let's dive into tennis, the first sport here, and it functions nearly the same as the original, but just looks a little washed out in terms of color, and sometimes your character just straight up refuses to hit the ball. But there's one more thing to notice. Each sport has different modes, and tennis has this mode where you shoot the ball through rinks to gain time as much as you can before it runs out. The other has this duck shooting balls at you constantly, and they also included a power smash gimmick from Resort, so that's neat. Overall, most of tennis is just okay for me. Next up, we have bowling. Now this is a good time. Bowling is mostly the same as it was from Resort, to the physics and even the modes. Did we get a little lazy here? I can't lie. No matter what game it is bowling, and it's still so much fun, so I could really care less about the laziness. Golf is next, and this is the first game that takes advantage of the gamepad. You point the Wii remote down at the screen and hit it from there, but what's annoying is that the power bar on the TV isn't visible until you hit the ball, which is annoying. Now, this sport actually broke my gamepad while playing it, which is hilarious. Anyway, the modes. There's Putter Madness, which is similar to whatever that mode was called in the original Wii Sports. Then there's literally Bingo, which is just bingo, but with a golf spin on it. And then the final one is pretty much another mode written from the original game, which was Target Attack, where you hit the golf ball and it landed on a target, and you got like a certain amount of points. Another thing that's note here, but both the Classic and Resort courses looked so washed out. Like, I wouldn't even be convinced I was on Woohoo Island if it wasn't even for the background. Other than that, solid sport. Next up is baseball, and yet this is another game that takes advantage of the gamepad. Well, at least when you're the pitcher. If the batter hits the ball, you have a chance to move the gamepad and catch it. But that's the only new thing to baseball. On to the modes. And just like golf, these modes are the exact same thing as the original. Did they just give up? Whatever, it's time for the final sport, boxing. What the hell is this? This is not boxing. Not even close. One, if you want the full experience with boxing, you're gonna need two Wii remotes with Wii Motion Plus inside of it. That's incredibly stupid. Especially since we have a nunchuck, why can't we use it? Second, this is so lifeless and boring compared to the original, and it's the most slowest thing ever. There's no ragdolls when you get knocked down, etc. By far the worst sport in the collection. Also, the modes are the exact same once again. Overall, Wii Sports Club failed for a reason. The very weird digital way of playing the game, physical copies being hard to get even when they came out, and the Wii U alone not doing well, it makes sense why this is the most forgotten about game. But there is one more thing to mention, and it's probably the best selling part and probably the reason why they even wanted to make this game. It has online, and to be fair, it actually works pretty well. But good luck getting in the game, because, well, it's the Wii U. Wii Sports Club is not the worst game in the series, far from being the worst. But it's not worth going for the hassle to play it. If you really want to play Wii Sports, just play Wii Sports. There really isn't a reason to go back to Club other than the modes and the online. Wii Sports Club gets a 7 out of 10 for being a good game, but just rushed a tiny bit, especially boxing, holy shit. And that's all I have to say for this video. I'm sorry it took so long to make this, but time has gotten to me, and hopefully after this video, I can start posting more. Until then, see you guys in the next one. Peace.